go-to choice against the Scion here. Just gives them a little bit more threat against tanks.
Oh.
There it is again.
Now, Caps looks so good, so clean, so quick on the Yasuo. Even though they did lose that game, I was definitely impressed.
And he's going to show Pobelter. He's like, all right, you locked it in earlier today. Let me show you how the Yasuo is played. Plus, he's got 3 different teammates that can provide the knockups.
And people might think it's crazy that we have these blind pick Yasuos, but of the current mid laners, none of them actually counter Yasuo specifically, so you can take him. You have to go out of your way to find something completely untraditional if you want to find a little niche counter pick to use against it. So we can clearly see here that both Caps and earlier today Team Liquid, they're fine taking it blind.
Champions you'd expect them to be on, but Fnatic, they've also got plenty of power picks up their sleeve.
Yeah, they've grouped up, and again, talking about power packs early, they have, well, they're actually just charging through with the Braum. I was going to say the Braum definitely brings a lot of power to the level 1s, and they're going to use that to make their own early invade here.
Oh wait, they're now on the other side. All of Team Liquid around. Normally you see, you know, the team is just fanning out, step away, saying, okay, fine, we go into your jungle, but Team Liquid, they want to fight this one.
Fnatic just sort of doing the do-si-do around here with Team Liquid, but they'll find themselves stuck now between a Liquid and a hard place. We'll see if they can get themselves away. Bwipo down below half HP. Rupture comes through, gonna force the flash away from that Scion. That's an immobile top laner now without an escape mechanism.
This is how I want to see EU versus NA start out, baby.
Level 1.
Full-on invade. Let's switch slides here. Oh, we're gonna come back.
Here we go again. I was talking to Shox back in the Caster Lounge before these games happened earlier, and she said the EU versus NA games always have the crazy stuff happen in them. The rivalry being on the line makes all the players want to step up and be that big playmaker, but nothing too crazy just yet.
Okay, I for sure thought we were going to have the big fight, but we saw all the Fnatics step away from this one. Bwipo did have to use his flash, so I guess small win for Team Liquid.
Right. We'll see if they can make anything out of that, if Xmithie can come up there and pay him a visit.
But Fnatic have full vision of this Olaf start here for Xmithie. So, you know, Fnatic are going to be able to kind of track him as the game does go on. Xmithie does have the early tempo advantage, though, on Broxah, because Fnatic obviously had to take the long walk back home since they were on the opposite side of the map, and Xmithie is going to be able to get 2 camps done before Broxah is able to roam over to his blue side.
So early push as well for double lift down the bottom lane. I mean, they're just slightly before Fnatic's bot lane showed up. We'll get level 2 after this melee minion dies, but of course Fnatic staying near the turret. No chance of an all-in, so crazy start. Could have suddenly been a bunch of kills, ends up just being a summoner, and a bit of a CS advantage for Team Liquid.
A crazy start with a mild result. Both teams hoping for a little bit more, but nobody being set drastically far behind early on. We'll see how Xmithie decides to spend his time after clearing out this red buff, because remember, the Olaf does do exceptionally well clearing when he has that lower HP, but Broxah also on the top side of the map, recognizing that his top laner is the most desirable gank target right now for Team Liquid, hanging out up here, making sure he's ready.
Yeah, Xmithie just goes for the power clear here on Olaf. With the blue buff, he can finish off the Krugs very quickly as well. But the early Scuttle Crab was taken by Broxah there, so dipping into the river for a little bit of extra vision. And getting the gold as well. Meanwhile, because Bwipo is getting pushed in, there's no chance for his flash to be punished right now. That one being down, and Xmithie's just going to go for the recall. He'll pick up some boots, and you can look to use an early Predator, maybe on the other side of the map, or at least control the Scuttle Crab. Pobelter also going to do some jungle tracking for his compatriots.
Yep, he'll keep track of that Raptor camp as well as take away the Scryer's Bloom, so his opponents can't use it to their own advantage. Bwipo taken down to about 100 HP up here. Impact really owning this lane.
Yeah, that makes you think that, you know, if Xmithie had actually stuck around on the top side, there being no flash on Scion, they might have been able to go for a dive, but because he did not, the recall is going to get off. Teleport will just reset here, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah, Bwipo loses, what, 2, maybe 3 creeps from that? No, not even 3. He'll just lose the first couple of them, get himself back there. He is behind slightly in farm, but he'll take that early on for staying safe.
Yeah, decent lead there for Impact on the Cho'Gath. He's going to feel very confident about that, and the jungle tracking does continue as Xmithie reveals his position, going to put that ward on Krugs and makes a visit mid.
While bottom side, it's double lift under some pressure here. Hylissang looking to go in on this one, drop the ignite, damage comes through, double lift walking away, but still first blooded. by the Fnatic bottom lane. Ole now in some trouble, 1 versus 2. Needs to walk himself away from this one rather quickly.
Oh man, this was not the bot lane where we were looking for Sivir to suddenly pick up a bunch of kills, but it's actually an all-in from Fnatic. Yes, Hylissang managed to get the first blood for himself, but it goes over and in favor of Europe. Brox is now around. All he does flash, so he shouldn't be able to, of course, force anything extra here. Smithy was just warding up the enemy jungle, then he walks into mid. No one expects the all-in, but let's see what happens with the trade.
Yeah, so Ole uses his Pulverize there and the E as well, so they know that those are not going to be down to try and protect him. Double lift right next to that minion. Hylissang was able to get up in his face, land the stun with the Ignite, taking the kill.
Yeah, so 2 things, as you highlighted there. Combo being used by Alistar, he's not going to add any value then, and also Double lift just holding on to his jump for quite a while. He even saw the Braum jump to him and could have instantly tried to disengage away. But then suddenly he starts getting stacked there with the passive, and the stun comes in, and Fnatic's bot lane get the first bot. They had to use every single summoner though, so I need to see if Xmithie can actually go down and try and do something.
They used every single summoner, but Team Liquid also using 3 out of 4 of their own. So a slight disadvantage there. Should still be worth it to get themselves the first blood. 39 to 44 CS, so pretty close farm there as well. Up in the top side, Impact still maintains a lead for himself, but Broxa wants to come in and help Whippo out a bit here. Decimating Smash not going to find a lot of success. Impact forced to flash away after a well-placed pillar from Broxa.
Again, if we revisit the bottom side play, though, you know, the way that this game opening with the 2v2 kill there for Fnatic, you have to keep in mind the circumstances of this tournament and them swapping out support and what has really gone into kind of the mental state of this Team Liquid bottom lane. That's definitely not going to help things.
Oh no. Worst kind of start here.
Especially for a guy like Double Lift.
Tough start for Team Liquid's bottom lane. Meanwhile, in mid, it's just even farm between Caps and Poe Builder. Of course, when you play the Yasuo, specifically, you just want to rush towards your PD and your IH so fast. And once you complete those 2 items, that's where we really start seeing Yasuo players just take over the game. We saw Caps play this yesterday. Great success. Bunch of solo kills against Yahoo and RNG. Pobuild, of course, tried the same, and it is fun because these teams have been scrimming each other coming into the tournament. Very clearly, Yasuo has been a big deal in these scrims, which is why Pobuild tried it.
Try is the key word here because he did not find much success at all on the champion. Constantly found himself picked off. Wasn't able to get the item spikes he needed quickly enough.
Oh, look at mid lane. Impact is here.
This Impact wants to find his way onto Caps. Good sidestep there from the Fnatic mid laner, making sure he stays away from that CC. Not even forced to blow a summoner spell here.
Yeah, 3-person visit there, ending up being in the end. No Predator was available for Smithy though, so he kind of only got to go as a viewer. He has also picked up a Relic Shield, by the way. This is something that we had started to see.
But I want to see this bot lane fight. Come on, Xmithie, get down there.
Ole flashing forward, able to find the headbutt into the Pulverize. Reckless looking to get out of this one. Remember, Summoner Spell's not available, could be punished. Ole grabbing the kill onto Reckless, as now Hylissang will not be able to escape either. One more auto attack seals the deal, and Double It puts the money in his pocket.
This is exactly what we talked about just a minute ago. All the summoners used from Fnatic to get the first blood. It sets up suddenly an easy answer for Team Liquid as long as Xmithie moves down there. And he walked down the river. You see the engage from an Alistar. You can't spell shield it because the spell shield blocks the W when Alistar comes in, and then you just get knocked up right after.
And not only him, but look at the minimap. Whippo ends up walking down here too, and he has no teleport, so that's going to be a bigger lead for Cho'Gath. But here's the engage. They all in on Reckless, absolutely just crush him down on the Sivir. As you said, there's no escapes for him because they used their summoners offensively previously.
And now it just ends up hurting Fnatic that they went so aggressive for the kill. They should have stayed away from that river here, just trying to play it as passive as possible. But Team Liquid, huge play on their side.
And there is going to be a big difference in these tanks. Not all tanks are created equal. Impact has a very big CS lead on this Cho'Gath and is going to bring that true damage feast to not only the team fights, but even the banner minion wars.
Another thing also with the AD carry items. Before it was pickaxe versus tier 2 boots from Reckless. Looked like he was just going to farm up for a BF sword on his side, go back and get it. But because he just died, his bag is double longsword and another dagger. And Double Lift is the one who gets even more attack damage on his side. So more things going in favor of Team Liquid. They can look for another play because we've just seen that the Sivir can't really stop the Alistar engage.
And they can handle that 2v2 a bit better this time than last time. up against Reckless and Hillsong, who are still maintaining pretty close in terms of the farm, but Doublelift maintains that small lead that he had earlier as well.
They've got the lane push. They're also clearing out all of the vision around bottom lane for Team Liquid here. Hex Flash has been taken by Olave on the Alistar, so when they get brush priority, it means a tremendous amount here for Fnatic. If they don't see Smithy on the map, they have to completely respect any Team Liquid bottom side play, as those have been very, very effective as far as the last visit from Smithy, with his Predator and Flash both being up.
And it's a very tough spot now for Fnatic, because mid lane is getting pushed in by PoBuilder. Smithy is constantly walking around in jungle on the bottom side, and Fnatic don't really have a winning lane anywhere. The top lane is the Cho'Gath controlling it, the bot lane is of course the Tristana and the Alistar. So at the moment, Fnatic are just kind of waiting and hoping they can farm up someone like Caps, because they can't really force any aggressive plays, at least not safely.
And even if they're waiting on Caps to farm up, he's doing a good job so far. He's got the CS lead over PoBelter's Azir. You talked about how he really wants that 2-item spike as quickly as possible to start making those plays and be that split push threat that they could need. Yeah,
and he might just be the big win condition for them again. So if they are ganking a lane, it could be mid with the Trundle Pillar. They are looking bottom side. They finally regain some control after it's Caps' turn to push in the lane. And that's kind of the thing. The mid lanes just keep trading who gets to push. And that's the team who gets control.
Since Fnatic just got the push, they're the ones who also could start up this dragon. They jump right on it, and they're actually taking it down fairly quickly, especially with some control wards in the river. There's no sight from Team Liquid.
Smithy wants to walk up, but he can barely throw an axe into the mix as PoBelter goes over the wall just as Bwipo would have arrived. Gets himself out of that danger, but it is one Drake going over to the side of Fnatic.
Nice play here from Fnatic. After Caps gets to push in, just like yesterday against RNG, the Trundle and the Yasuo together, they're the two members who can be aggressive and try and get some advantage over on Fnatic's side.
Yeah, it's such a powerful duo. You can take on almost all opponents. Because of the synergy between the Trundle Pillar and the ultimate, you have a long engage range, plus Trundle ultimate shredding down anyone, and oh, never mind.
Oh, PoBelter going in on this one, wants to throw Caps back with the Shurima Shuffle. Smithy and Ole wanting to come in here as well. Your Unstoppable comes out for Smithy, but Caps saves the flash to get himself away.
I always love the mind games on when do you flash here as Caps, because you see Ole comes in and he also wants to wait with his combo, because he knows if Caps uses flash early, then he can easily combo him. He's stuck, he will die. But both members saving it for as long as possible, and then Caps gets to flash away.
Also good use of the minions there. Some smooth ease from Caps to get himself out of the initial progress there that Team Liquid had made in the middle of the lane, and buy some time for himself to be able to escape.
Good roam though, and nice gank from Smithy. Forcing that flash. You can now see on the minimap it's Team Liquid getting control back on the bottom side. Again, they keep just trading between the teams. That could open up for a play around the mid lane against the no-flash Yasuo if they can move the Alistar in there again.
Ole thinking about moving through the enemy jungle to set down some vision, but realizes there's quite a few people off the map right now. Doesn't want to take the risk of going any further than he was. Throws the ward down along the backside of the Drake pit, as Smithy and PoBelter will move up, put some wards down up near those Raptors as well, as they look to steal them away. Broxa comes in, does have the smite available, but won't find success there. Smithy and PoBelter get out.
Yeah, full focus on vision of the bottom half of the map for Team Liquid. Doublelift and Ole continually clearing out the wards on bottom side. Smithy invading, but another roam from Bwipo mid.
They find the knockup onto Smithy, who does not have the ultimate to get himself away. Smithy barely alive, still trying to walk out of that one, but Cap says no! Cuts him down.
So with all the wards on bottom side, it actually allows the Scion to walk down from his own lane. Ulti's still on cooldown, so he just walks to mid. And suddenly, Fnatic can actually make a play. And small plays like this is suddenly how you can turn the favor towards you.
Yeah, and even though Bwipo definitely heavily down in CS, Impact not really communicating with the rest of the team, not having the presence there from the top side, and Bwipo making a big difference. Now, though, he's roaming down.
Impact could potentially do a lot of damage here to Caps, but also has to walk out. Going to be jugging around and beaten down. Bwipo grabs himself the kill. As PoBelter is now CC'd, and he'll face the same fate. Shurima Shuffle gets him away for just a moment. Ole here on Peel, duty to keep his mid laner alive, but it's nothing but success right now for Fnatic.
Yeah, Impact was getting a big, CS lead 1 versus 1. However, as far as the map play is concerned, Bwipo definitely the one with the big advantage.
Yeah, I think Impact most likely expected Bwipo to go back to base and not actually walk all the way down to mid lane without ulti ready. But then after, TL, with only 2 players alive on that side, the Azir and the Cho'Gath, still decides to walk in and try and fight the 3 Fnatic players. Greedy call, and he got punished, and now Smithy
Xmithie again, maybe in some trouble here. Has the Ragnarok available, uses it to block the knockup, doesn't want to be caught up in the Yasuo ultimate. Throws out another axe on his way out, but his low HP means he doesn't want any more of this fight.
We started a little roam too as well. Ole is headed behind the turret possibly to take down Caps. Doublelift heading back to the minion wave on bottom.
Which is what we wanted to see against the no flash Yasuo. Caps seems to realize that support is missing.
Pobelter very far forward as well. Caps likely detecting that this is something a little bit funny. Let's take another look at the play that happened here in the river.
Yeah, this was Impact here coming to try and stop this Rift Shield, but getting himself into a very bad situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the call is, hey, Ole is on his way to stall him a little bit and take the fight, but there you gotta respect that 3 members are still alive on Fnatic's side. And you see some numbers from Caps.
Ooh.
Currently one of the best performing members here at MSI.
Damn fine numbers from Caps. First in everything except damage percentage, and even then, he's sitting at a cozy second place. He's been having a great performance so far. Even though his team is only 1-2, remember that one victory was against Kingzone. The 2 losses on the first day, they seem to have moved past some of the issues they had there and are looking pretty strong here on day number 2. They do have about a 600 gold lead at the time being. And
the kill participation there being the highest, 92%, that's a really interesting thing and big deal for Caps, because it really shows how he's been the main carry. He's been the one who's been involved in absolutely everything they do. It's not gank bot lane 24/7, it's go around mid, make plays around mid. The Scion pick from Whippo is something he's done before when he gets to play it. Has been so effective, also trying to set Caps further ahead, and it's just showing that Fnatic are moving towards him as the main carry.
Yasuo will take some damage from Doublelift here as he and Reckless pass through the area. Broxa hanging around the bottom part of the map, going to find Xmithie there in the river, drops down the pillar. Will be a brief 1v1 between these two, but with Caps making his way down as well.
Interesting.
Xmithie doesn't want to stick around from this one. Reckless will blow the ultimate there. He's completely out of mana, so no more follow-up. Everybody walks away.
State of the game is very interesting right now because there are 2 points that want to be contested. A very heavily damaged turret up top side from Team Liquid, or on Team Liquid's side. Fnatic could try and grab some first turret bonus, but a dragon spawn right now and another Cloud Drake would give so much move speed for Fnatic later in this game.
And earlier we talked about how both mid laners were kind of trading. You're pushing now, so you get control. Now it's my turn to push it back and I get control. At the moment, because Caps has gotten his PD, he's getting a bunch of AD on his side as well. He's picked up a kill. Like, he is now fully controlling that mid lane. Pobelter is having to sit pretty far back and just catching the wave, and that's really giving Fnatic control of the bottom side for a lot longer than we saw earlier in the game.
Team Liquid does not want to give this Drake away for free. Broxa is taking very low, but Doublelift is caught out and beaten down, flashes and can't get himself away. It's Drake going over to the side of Fnatic. They've already found a single kill. They're looking to make it even more. Cap's going to be finding the ultimate. There in the middle is impacted. Ole will absorb some of the damage, but Team Liquid is absolutely routed. Fnatic finds 2 kills. They find the Drake. They'll look for even more. Hillsong over the wall is going to be shuffled back into the turret of Team Liquid. He'll give over a kill back, but it is still a victory here for the Europeans.
Hillsong got so hyped after this team fight because, him waiting in the brush, he completely stun locks Doublelift so that there were no options for him getting out, and they get this huge advantage by taking out the AD carry without him being able to do any damage. Then it gets a little, happy there at the end for the follow.
Well, we just talked about how it's Fnatic controlling mid now with Caps, so they're the ones with control in this river. That's why Doublelift, he doesn't really see what's going on when he walks into the river. He doesn't know exactly where Fnatic are, if they're already at the Drake or not. And that's why he ends up face-checking and he dies. So Team Liquid gets a very poor start walking into the Dragon area itself. And they end up just completely losing the fight because, of course, the AD carry is gone instantly. And this is a very classic Hillsong play. He wants to follow with the flash. He thinks maybe there's one more kill to get. Sadly for him, there's also an Azir and a Feast.
Oh, you hate to see it. Impact grabs himself that kill, gets himself a little bit more money to go along with that CS lead we were talking about earlier. Has Abyssal Mask and the Ninja Tabby, so working on becoming that big meatball that Team Liquid will need in the front line, especially now that Fnatic has themselves a 1,500 gold lead.
Well, they're going to try and pull their own brush trap here against Fnatic, but nobody going to go and face check that one for their side. Now, this brings up again, well, actually they're sending more people down. Pobelter making a roam over a ward.
But he being seen like that gives it away as to exactly what they're up to here. Reckless and Hillsong going to fall back from this. They don't want to be caught out, and this means that Liquid are investing a lot of resources for no kills, but they should still grab the turret while Broxa gets himself this Rift turret.
Yeah, even though their top turret is so low, they're going to be able to get the first turret bonus gold here because Fnatic kind of split. They're doing the Rift Herald at the same time. Now, Fnatic should be able to answer and grab that top turret eventually, as well as the Rift Herald, but Team Liquid were able to jump on the bonus.
It's quite funny that Reckless used his blue trinket on the lane ward in the bot lane, so he didn't actually realize if they were still sitting in that tribe push and how many would be there. It wasn't until they saw Pobelder walk over a ward they ran away from the turret. So it could maybe have been a bit more for Team Liquid, but obviously it's impossible for them to know exactly where Fnatic's vision would be. They get the bot lane turret, that's exactly what they came for, but as you highlighted, Kobe, they end up losing a bit more on the top side.
They lose their tier 1 turret topside, as well as giving away the red buff. Not quite as important as a turret, but having that on Caps will provide some extra out-of-combat regeneration, as well as giving him the slow and the damage tick that will accompany all the damage he's already putting out now that he's hit that 2-item spike you were talking about earlier, Deficio.
Yeah, this is bad news when it happens at 20 minutes that his Yasuo is now sitting with IH completed as well, kill, 2 assists on his side. No one can stop him 1v1. And Caps will look for more fights together with Broxa. It's the same combination. Trundle Pillar goes up, engage happens.
Also worth pointing out, though, that there are 2 items available on Pobelter, including the Zhonya's Hourglass. Ole taking some heavy damage here early on. Going to go ahead, pop the ultimate. Wants to get himself away from this one, as they're also going to be taking a lot of damage here onto Xmithie. Ole drops Xmithie, tries to flash. Devastating Smash comes through. He's stunned up, knocked down. Double lift in some trouble. Caps looking to run him down. Xmithie still barely escaping. Caps gets the damage onto double lift. 3 dead for Team Liquid.
Because Caps stole the red buff from Team Liquid earlier, he is able to finally get that kill with the Ignite damage as well, and this is going to be a 21-minute Baron from Fnatic.
Baron at 21 minutes into the game is not what Liquid needed to happen if they wanted to find the win here, but Fnatic is just doing exactly what they want to do, fight after fight. They are winning this time around. They are taking control over the entire game. 3,000 gold up now. Rift Herald in position mid lane. Everybody's getting themselves back to shop. And it's just success after success here for this team. I can't stop saying it enough. This looks so different from day one.
Definitely true for Fnatic here. Team Liquid, they're the ones trying to, again, force some fights like this replay.
Acer replay coming in right now to show you exactly how they got it done.
Because right now, there's no TP in the bottom lane, and Fnatic, they have Whippo topside already. Obviously, he was out of vision when the fight started, but Team Liquid wanted to secure a turret. It's a walking in behind and get basically surprised that so many Fnatic players are already top lane, and Whippo is not sitting bot. Caps, of course, comes in, and that little red buff.
Yeah, I feel like Team Liquid have done a very poor job of keeping track of Whippo. They have, as you said, no way for Impact to join this, yet they force a fight behind the turret of Fnatic, force a fight on the opposite side of the map, and Whippo is up there, so Fnatic pushing through with all 5 members. We're able to get a huge advantage there, and now they've got Baron buff to push with.
Team Liquid, 3,000 gold down, 5 kills behind. They've got the turret advantage, but they're also down 2 Cloud Drakes. Makes it that much harder to keep up on rotations. And they have to deal with all these Baron buffs. Impact will move down to try to clear out some of the minions, but they're not that easy to clear anymore. Not with Whippo standing right next to him, and Caps will provide another threat all the way across the map.
Yeah, you have this fit Yasuo level 15 top lane with the Baron buff as well. Broxa is around in case a fight happens. Pobelder realizing, okay, he can't go for it. There's no information on the enemy jungler. And right now, Team Liquid are pushed very far back on the map.
Some Hillsong mid lane, trying to apply some pressure here onto the tier 2. They will expend the Braum ultimate there, but it buys them enough time for Broxa and Caps to grab the tier 2 in the top lane as well. This is what you want to see from Fnatic. They get the Baron, they apply the pressure, but now, can they get these guys out? Xmithie wants to go in, pops the Ragnarok, puts some damage down, but it's him who's going to be taken incredibly low. Shurima Shuffle able to find both. Caps grabs the kill onto Xmithie as he dies. A 1-for-1 for Fnatic from so much investment.
Yeah, not only a 1-for-1, but they're also pushing the rest of the map, and they're about to destroy Team Liquid's base, both bottom and mid under fire.
Even Liquid's victories feel hollow here, as Reckless may be caught out. Will be knocked up into the air, has to flash away, gets himself out on the hunt, also used. Bottom lane turret will go down with one more shot from the bannered up Baron minion. and that means the base is now vulnerable.
And even in that 2v4, a kill for Caps, I think he actually managed to dodge the all-in with his own ulti being used to buy just slightly more time before all the CC, of course, connected onto him. You can't really stay alive for long if you are in that situation as a Yasuo, but them getting all the turrets is everything they wanted. And this Infernal Drake, I don't think Fnatic are too sad to see it go over to Team Liquid.
It's a small light shining in the darkness for Team Liquid, but it's kind of just like a flashlight on half battery. It'll maybe help out a little bit later, but right now things are looking more like this.
So that's a 2v4 on top lane here. Caps blocks the first axe, gets a bit of damage down, and here the all-in comes in from the other side. He jumps up at the same time, but obviously doesn't really matter in the end, except for the kill onto Xmithie.
Yeah, I felt like Smithy almost trying to hide in the nameplates of all the other champions. Hoping he doesn't Q at him.
He couldn't quite pull it off, though. This Olaf, remember, when you use Ragnarok, you lose the bonus resistances of the passive from the ability, and he doesn't exactly have a lot of resistances anyway. Yeah, you've got Ninja Tabby, you've got Zeke's Convergence, but you're still going to get cut down by this fed of a Yasuo.
Sure, and I mean, the problem is also, Team Liquid, they take the early Tristana, they want to take it away from Reckless, they want to get a big carry on double before the late game. Like, he's just completed the third item now, and we've had so many fights already, but it's not between the 80 carries, it's all around the Yasuo specifically for Fnatic. And then it's Team Liquid who's tried to force some team fights on their side that's been answered by Whippo and the rest of Fnatic. And then suddenly it's Caps getting the kills, he's now split pushing, and he's just dealing so much more damage than the Azir on the other side, so it doesn't even matter that the two 80 carries are trying to scale into late game. Caps, he wants to finish it before we get there.
Fnatic are trying to push here into this mid lane inhibitor turret. They know it's incredibly low. They want to try to put that one in the dirt while they still have the opportunity to. Bottom lane inhibitor is exposed, remember. The minion wave took care of the last couple bits of health on that as Fnatic made the retreat last time. We'll see how they want to approach sieging this base. 26 minutes in, 8,000 gold ahead of Team Liquid. Just inches to go on this remaining inhibitor turret middle. Ole tries to utilize the Hex Flash there, doesn't really find too much of anything.
But did actually just try and be a little threat in case Reckless wanted to step forward and give the turret one hit. It could have been a potential play.
Right.
But obviously Fnatic are not going to do that. Whippo starts to recall though.
Whippo knocked up into the air, but remember that's a very tanky Scion. Ole walks himself out. Nothing really expended by either side there. Whippo's health bar, you can see it doesn't even have any dents in it any longer thanks to the Warmog's armor that he picked up. Means he'll regenerate anything that doesn't kill him. And Fnatic will back off for now. They know Baron's going to be coming up in just under 2 minutes here. They've got time. They own the map. They can take control over this area. They can set up the vision. They can ensure that once this spawns, they can use their lead and immediately grab it.
Yeah, Team Liquid have been trapped inside their own base for so long there. They're just now trying to venture out and get some defensive vision down through their own jungle to allow them a path even to go contest the Baron.
And the one positive for Team Liquid is the fact that Doublelift, he has been able to farm. He's gotten 3 items on Tristana. He is the main carry on this team. And if there's a way for them to stall beyond the next Baron, not just lose the next team fight and then the entire game, there is more time for him to get further into the late game, and that really is the only win condition for Team Liquid right now. So it's all the focus on Doublelift.
I also want to point out that Caps has an hourglass, well not an hourglass, a stopwatch in his inventory, looking to build towards the Guardian Angel next most likely, but that could be a big difference in the next team fight if he's able to go in with the last breath. But he won't even need to if they can find impact like this. A very questionable flash that'll lead him nowhere but back to the spawn platform anyway. 1 kill over to Fnatic means it's time to push.
Yeah, and they did see them push in the bottom lane, and the entire goal for Team Liquid was just to try and stall. You don't need your top laner walking forward and getting caught out there.
You won't stall anything like this. 2 inhibitors at once under siege as the crowd erupts with chants for Fnatic. They'll take over the base of Team Liquid, get themselves out. Baron will spawn in just a moment, and they might as well grab it on the side.
And what a resurgence here in day 2 for Fnatic. They take down King Zone, having such a strong game here against Team Liquid. Feels like they have it in hand. All that's left here is a little bit of Baron dance, and Caps actually is on a ward there, though.
They know what Caps is up to. They know that he's running interference, and as soon as they see him go over the wall, they've got to know that this is Fnatic's plan. Onto the Baron they go. Tornado comes back over the wall. TP going to be used. Team Liquid wants to fight for this. They know that if they don't, the game will be over for sure. Ole on the front line, utilizing the Alistar ultimate, getting himself back now, though. Caps staying on the Baron, keeping it low. Team Liquid still trying to stop this when they will get Fnatic to retreat.
It's what a Team Liquid needs. Just delay the game a little bit. Might still get a fight. No, the rest of Fnatic, they are stepping away. They didn't want to risk xMiThy flashing in and potentially stealing the Baron.
Remember, Caps also has that Bloodthirster, so even though it's not a Warmogs, he can walk up to a wave and it might as well be. A couple of Steel Tempest will put him right back at full HP, and Fnatic doesn't look too shy about still finding a fight here.
Yeah, they know time is in their favor. If they just keep Team Liquid around, the minions are going to destroy the base. And Team Liquid all 5 now out on the map.
Liquid's got to make a choice. Ole goes in, finds the Pulverize onto 2. Damage coming in. It's Hylissang that's the target right now, but that's not the guy you need. Unstoppable xMiThy going to be stopped now by Reckless's damage. Pobelter also down. A double kill for the Fnatic AD carry as Impact stands alone behind enemy lines. Ole tries to hobble away from this one, but the Pillar will provide the quadra kill for Reckless. Doublelift tries to jump away, but the winner's fight comes down.
He's on his way!
To take him out. They want to give this to Reckless. They want the pentakill, but Caps takes it away.
The Team Liquid, they knew they had to try and force a fight here or the game would just end. But Fnatic, they were ready for it, and of course they destroyed him.
They're 2-0 on the day. They looked impressive in both wins, and you've got to be happy about this one for Fnatic.
Seemed like Caps is like, oh, maybe he'll crit me again. I gotta finish him off now.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Maybe the timer as well. He's like, listen, it's not going to be a real penta anyway. I can just grab this one.
Guys, come on. We need to win the game. Don't worry about these side objectives. I'll just get this guy here.